What is going on, family? Monday Talks. We are back. Well. I do hope that you guys have enjoyed your weekend. Welcome, everyone. And well, we're on for another episode of Monday Talks. Indeed. Wow. Beautiful weather out here in Portugal. I won't lie to you guys. This does indeed help a lot. For those of you dealing with the rain, my apologies, but sorry but not sorry. Welcome indeed, everyone, wherever you are in the world. It's your Monday Talk, indeed. And let me first start by wishing y'all all a fantastic start of the week. I do hope that y'all have started accordingly, with a positive mind. And for those of you who haven't, well, this is really a Monday Talk addressed to you today. Actually, most of the time it is for everyone, but for anybody who's starting their Monday or their week on a negative tone, on a negative vibe, on a negative feeling, I will share with you guys some of my personal little rituals that I practice in order for me to, stay focused and to stay, at the highest level of energy possible. And I think one of the most important things starts with the mind. If you are dealing with stuff inside your head and you're feeling like you're trapped into a certain loop of repetitions and, you're feeling sort of like blocked by the memories of the past, something that hurts you, something that's making you feel like you're not capable of moving forward. This is exactly where we need to start working, I've had my set of things holding me back from moving forward, and I was indeed sort of like forced to get myself out of that shitty spot. Well, bon appetit for those of you eating pizzas right now. At least you're eating pizza and listening to hopefully some words that might resonate with you. Usually change happens when we are facing the most extreme phases of our lives. We are forced to sort of like get into this state of like, humility and sort of like stop saying that our life is shitty and really being thankful for what we've got, especially when everything is pretty much taken away from us or when we find ourselves in some pretty deep situations. That's when you realize how whatever you were going through was not that bad. Even if it looks bad and it might be super bad. I mean, yesterday I was out with my boy Kesha and my friend and our friend Mary, and we were having this little drink by the beach, and there was this brother next to us, and he was amputated, both legs, and there was such a dignity about this guy. There was such a class, such a elegance about him that really made you couldn't even look at his legs because they were amputated, yes, but the guy carried himself with such an elegance. I was astonished, and I didn't want to look too much, but I will observe him, and he was surrounded by three ladies, and they were having some food, and the guy was super elegant, super classy, and you can tell for sure that this is hitting him in the back of his head. I mean, clearly he's physically sort of like limited, but you could see that there was a strength in him. There was something in him that really reinforced his confidence somehow. Maybe I'm talking shit, maybe that's just me thinking that when that's probably not the case, but I think anybody who's down, you will see it on their face. And he inspired me, and you probably know by now that just like each and every one of you guys, I go through my set of challenges and encountering situations that makes me doubt myself at times, that makes me also reconsider my position, and even so much as having me get into these states of understanding that if I don't make a change now, shit might go wrong. So I think being happy is not something that you work on now and it's going to stay forever. You have to work on your happiness state all the time. You have to discipline your mind to not focus on things that will eventually carry you away from your purpose, carry you away to start thinking about the very thing that is negative, the very thing that makes you fear the idea of moving forward towards your goals or toward your plan. Give you a very simple example. If you see somebody that you fancy, somebody that you want to kick it to, and you're kind of shy, and every time that you've attempted that approach, you've been sort of like getting a bit of a wall, or like no thank you, I'm fine kind of situation. You might feel stuck in your ways and not having the courage to be like, well, anyway, every time I do it, I always get rejected. Rejection is not a feeling that's easy to be dealt with, but there is beauty in that, and the beauty resides in the fact that it forces you to see within yourself and to dig deeper the qualities that are required in order for you to overcome your fear and arm yourself with a lot of confidence. And it doesn't matter how beautiful, how this or that person might be, or powerful, or whatever the case may be. You just go and kick it to that person, like, yo, so what's up? Damn, really? You? Man, next thing you know, the surprise creates, the result that you expected. So you have to, in other words, move in life with confidence, even knowing that tomorrow or the next minute is not guaranteed. It's not guaranteed for none of us. But at the same time, you cannot live your life all the time thinking that tomorrow is the end, probably. All you have to do is live now. Stop living in the past. Living in the past really forces you to cultivate a morbid sort of tendency to, how do you say this? Indulge in this negativity. And I use very strong words because it is indeed necessary to use those words. It is very, very crucial, in my opinion, to make a serious decision to not talk about the past as if it was the present. Don't get me wrong, it's not easy when you talk about somebody who died in your family, a loved one, father, mother, brother, sister, cousin, grandmother, whatever the case may be, best friend. Of course, I'm not referring to this kind of occurrences that do happen in our lives on a daily basis, worldwide, everywhere, whatever. All households are affected by these things. But still, even when you are affected by a loss, there's a mindset that comes with it. There's an understanding, and there's a necessity to. Each and every one person is different, But this is beyond religious. This is just about, sharpening your capacity to overcome a challenging situation. And working on a mindset that will always keep you on the edge of, hey, hold on, I'm going to take this moment to cry, to grieve, to feel sad and to feel like shit. That's okay. It's going to take me a week, 2 weeks, a month, but then I have to get my life back in order. Because the thing is that the more you dwell with these energies, which are very low frequencies, the lower everything around you is going to get. And then there's a massive possibility for you to potentially get into a state of transforming that into a disease. And I'm going to get to make my point here. You are what you think, right? If we start by this principle and this concept of being what you think, then it doesn't just work for positive stuff, it also works for the negative. Actually, most of the time, we think negatively 99% of the time. Let's be more optimistic, maybe 90% of the time, which is absolutely crazy. If you think about it, everybody got something to be complaining about on a daily basis. Oh, this is not going well, or my life is not this. But dude, the simple fact that you and me are breathing, even if life happens, and again, I'm talking, and I'm not talking from the state of a guy that's that's got it all figured out. I'm still figuring things out, but what I figured out is what I'm sharing with you. It's like, look, if you always cultivate the fear, you always cultivate these emotions of unhappiness, of just negative shit, it's gonna create a disease, cancer, blood pressure, you name it, man, all sorts of dumb shit, right? Your body, and there's a guy that studied that. Zumana, c'est comment frangin? Brave in the building. Welcome, guys. Sorry, I had to take a moment just to greet the guests. Ceci, what's going on? Indeed. Welcome, everyone. Martin May. Ça fait longtemps, ma soeur. Yo, so, there is this guy, I spoke about him before, and Soul Sounds, thank you very much. And there is indeed this guy that I spoke about before. Martin, je te prends tout de suite. Attends une seconde. This guy is called Dr. Joe Dispenza. Please check him out. Joe Dispenza. Man, his studies, he's a scientist. This is not just like some, weird, obscure shit. It's scientifically proven. This guy speaks about the impact of your thoughts in your life. The moment you change your state and your mindset and your approach on things, automatically your body starts healing itself. We have everything in our bodies. Everything in our respective bodies to help us combat anything crossing our path. You can fight the worst diseases in life. I have friends, I've spoke about that before. Me personally, I've had moments where, for example, on a simple aspect, thank God I have a great health, and I'm really thankful for that. We keep it together. But I've had times where I felt like my body was. Joe Dispenza is so J-O-E, Joe Dispenza is D-I-S-P-E-N-Z-A. Joe Dispenza. Dr. Joe Dispenza. This guy is amazing. I ordered his books. I'm getting them actually next week. Pretty amazing. And so the thing is that the moment I've encountered those moments where I felt, and and I was already thinking like that before I actually heard about this guy, right? And I will speak to my body. I want you to heal yourself. I want you to heal yourself because I believe in you. I love you. I respect you. Like I literally talk to myself like that. You know what I mean? And so it's pretty amazing how I would see my body just take control over the situation because of my mind being in tune and just me trusting my capacity and giving also my body the necessary, food in terms of thoughts and in terms also of how do you call this, of food, what you consume, water, how to energize your water, how to just, meditate upon what you eat, before you eat. It has nothing to do with praying. You can pray, you can do whatever you want, but it's all about just providing positive thoughts and energy towards, yourself and what you have around you and in you, right? So all these practices are not, things to be done in one day. It's a everyday process. It's a constant effort to make sure that, we sort of like meet the absolute best of what we can meet as far as, great health, positive mind, optimistic, etc., etc. Those are mentalities that we build. It doesn't come overnight. It's going to take a lot of work. People get frustrated. People give up super quickly because it's too fucking hard. Well, you know what? If it was easy, everybody would be doing it. And unfortunately, it should be easy. But because we live in a society where everybody is conditioned to believe things to be a certain way and not another, and well, if it's not coming, if it's not coming from this or that type of avenue of information, then I don't believe it. Or well, I don't believe in these things. Or stop with all these positive talks shit. I mean, at the end of the day, you believe what you want to believe. What I'm saying is me, around me, and as I evolve in life, if you're not positive, as in like, I'm not saying that you gotta be like super positive, this and that. I'm saying if you're not adding up to my life, you have no room in my life. It's very simple. And that doesn't mean that you're a bad person. It just means that we are not on the same frequency. So I am not going to lower my frequency to match yours. Not at all. Either you're gonna meet me or you're not. And honestly, if your ego is gonna take over and start talking to me like, oh, so you think you're better than me, this and that. No, I'm not better than you in no way, shape, or form. I'm just on a different frequency, and I operate on a different frequency, and my life is to be going a certain way. I have no problem, supporting, helping you elevate, but at the end of the day, I'm not your daddy, I'm not your mommy, I'm nobody to you, but somebody who just want to share some information and see if you want to take it. Cool. I'm not here to convert you to anything. And this is what you have to understand. This is a common sense situation. This has nothing to do with religions. This has nothing to do with any sorts of like spiritism or anything of the kind. As a matter of fact, it's basic fucking common sense. Pardon my French, but that's how I speak in my life. So if you don't like it, you don't have to follow it. So follow the common sense trail. Look, 1 + 1 = 2. You don't question that, right? So then at a certain point, you might have to start understanding why 1 + 1 = 2. Like, start asking yourself deeper questions about yourself. Start asking yourself why you keep meeting the wrong guys or the wrong girls all the time. Maybe because you have the wrong approach. If, for example, every time that you meet a woman or a man or whatever the case may be, well, here I'm a man, I'm going to talk about, meeting a partner from the opposite sex, and I'll be like, well, if my approach all the time is, so how much money do you want? If that's what I know and that's all I got, then of course I'm going to attract the wrong girls. I'm going to attract the wrong people in my life, because all I do is flaunting money, most of the time money that I don't even have, because you have to understand another thing. Acting positive doesn't mean that you are positive. Sometimes you might feel very fucking low, like super down, but you still try to keep a positive attitude towards the situation. That is actually good, because you're constantly fighting with yourself, because this is a combat with yourself. You're literally sparring with yourself all the time, because that's what it is being a human. Being a human is dealing with all these different forces within ourselves and figuring out which wolf are we feeding. That's what it is. So again, choose your thoughts carefully. Your behavior, your attitude towards a given situation, your understanding of a given situation, your capacity to step out of where you are, to see that the problem that you're encountering and realize that actually within that problem there's a solution, is crucial and mandatory. And so for me, this really is super important, and that's how I've been practicing sort of like my rituals on a daily basis. Stereo cassette, yes indeed, we'll be sharing the stage in Rotterdam. For those of you in Rotterdam, Holland, please come through. There's going to be a massive event. We're posting about it. So yeah. But let me not be carried away here. Let's come back to the conversation. And I've been practicing this thoroughly. I had moments where I was down, where I was feeling like giving up. I didn't. I stayed on course. Because you know what? Ultimately, I know that the time that I'm given is not to be fucked around with. Telling you, the time that you have here is not to be fucked around with. Another thing, we are all different. Some people love danger. The other day, 4 days or 5 days ago, 3 guys died in an car accident here in Lisbon. I heard they were going at a very high speed, I think something like 200 plus kilometers per hour, and they fucked their car up. It was a Mercedes, whatever. All the guys died. And I was at my barber and they showed me the picture. I was like, oh my God, first of all, I don't fucking want to see these kind of things. But anyway, they showed me the pictures and I was like, man, those guys had families. Like, how fucking dumb are you to run your car at such a speed, at such a velocity, knowing that the road is not that fucking good anyway, knowing that you could kill other people on the road. But then no, you end up killing yourself and 3 other guys, just because you guys are just doing like some sort of like race on the highway. That's some dumb ass fucking thing. And it's just like anything else saying, well, we good, I control the car. Or I'm good, I got this. No, you don't fucking got anything. Be fucking careful. Understand the necessity to not play with your fucking life. You gotta see the way those guys ended, man. This one guy, I won't even describe the images. So fucked up. I was like, how even is it possible for a car to be wrecked like that and for these guys' bodies to be in pieces? I'm being graphic here, but I'm just giving this example. This is exactly how most of us treat ourselves. We treat ourselves without regards. We treat ourselves without mindfulness. We treat ourselves most of the time without love. And we expect to get that love from other people around us. That obviously will come as a result of you loving yourself. Because guess what? If you're a dickhead and you don't know how to treat others respectfully, because you don't know how to treat yourself anyway, respectfully, you won't fucking get anybody around you that's gonna stick long enough to make you feel like you have a value and that you have a worth. So understand. We have to understand the fucking amazing gift of our lives, man. And again, everybody's responsible for their own shit. So you do you, I'm gonna do me. What I'm sharing is how I'm doing me, and so far it's working out. Now, I don't have the solution to anything. This is just my humble approach to it, and this is also based on things that I've been studying. I listen to a lot of audio casts. I'm checking podcasts, reading, watching a lot of YouTube, video vlogs about this kind of topics because I'm passionate about it. I'm passionate about the mind, the human mind, how to improve our skills, our capacities, how to improve our, spirituality. Because at the end of the day, our bodies are energies. You understand? If you see yourself as just a piece of meat, and you don't honor what you are, then you're really, really, really wasting everything that has been given to you, right? So again, look, it's an everyday work, so you never have it figured out. But as long as you keep on track and you stay focused and you realize the importance of staying, how do you call this? There's a word for that. I'm looking for the word now. 1 second. It's called accountable. Accountable, right? A lot of the time, there's a French saying that says, on ne mord pas la main qui te nourrit. On ne mord pas la main qui te nourrit. In other words, don't bite the hands that feed you. And there's another one, much more vulgar, but actually very visual. Don't shit where you eat. And usually that sentence is used for situations outside of your personal reality. In other words, it's like, if somebody's helping you out, you don't fuck them over, right? But the truth is that the number one person that's feeding you is you. And the number one person that you shit on most of the time is yourself. Because you don't respect, first of all, most of the time, the promises that you make to yourself, the goals that you set for yourself, because you get discouraged. You're not enjoying the process. You already want the results. And family, I can tell you, depression definitely can be a result of feeling frustrated because things don't come fast enough to you. Yo, the process. Learn. It's an art to enjoy the process, all the struggles, the moments where you just want to give up, but you have that passion, you have that patience, you have that desire to see through. You just want to fucking continue because you're like, you know what, I've done this, I've gone this far, shit, I'm just going to go all the way. If I wasn't thinking like that, I would not be here sitting in front of you guys. I would have found a regular job, paying me serious fucking money every month, and being good. No, instead I decided to be an artist, I decided to become fully involved with my passion and endured several challenges. So many times, more times than I can count. Moments where I didn't fucking know when I was gonna be able to pay my bills, not knowing where the next door was gonna come. Seeing my colleagues, people, my peers, driving, in their whips and cribs and this and that, and I was like, and I was never envious of anybody, but I was like, shit, what am I doing wrong? The thing is that I thought I was working hard, but I wasn't working hard enough. I wasn't working smart enough. I wasn't paying attention to the details. I wasn't paying attention to what was given to me by, life, the universe. You want to call it God, call it what you want. But I was given hints, and I was blinded to them because I was too stuck on looking at myself and, oh, this is me. No, my man, wake up. Wake up, please. Life is not like that. So the moment you realize and understand that, there's more to you than you think, don't look at other people. Believe me, it is a farce. It is a trick. You can be inspired by other people's success, but don't look at what they have because it does not define anything. It doesn't say anything about you, or it doesn't even show you that you're not anywhere. Don't do that mistake. You are where you are supposed to be. And you will be where you're supposed to be as long as you stay committed to your vision and you work for it. Don't let nobody tell you otherwise. Listen to advices, even if you don't like them. Listen, because sometimes in some shit that you don't want to hear, you're going to hear something nice. You might not admit it because of the ego, but you know what? You might be able to apply something. But don't be discouraged by other people's opinions of your dreams and the things that you've envisioned for yourself. Fuck all that shit, man. It's about you at the end of the day, and that's really what it is. We must love ourselves. It's a necessity, and to find that love comes with forgiving, comes with accepting, comes with allowing for also love, light, peace, whatever to come within you. I've been hardened by life, my losses, my father's passing, all these hurdles of life have toughened me up, have gotten me a little bit more bulletproof, right? But I still don't forget to stay a human. I still don't forget to stay humble in front of life, and I still allow love to be manifested around me, within me. Because if I don't, then there's no meaning to what I'm doing. I'm not just a musician. I'm an entrepreneur. I'm somebody who's, taking my Mondays, and you guys are taking your time to listen to the stuff that I'm sharing with you, because I feel like, what I'm going through, so many of you are going through the same shit. We're not different, we might have different circumstances, but, we all go through the same stuff, same doubts, to different degrees. But that's what I feel like is important, because I'm seeing a lot of people going through distress. I'm seeing a lot of people that I'm talking to feeling like shit because they don't know. And I thought that a lot of people knew what I knew, but I was like, no, actually not many. Okay, well let me spread that, that knowledge of mine, that experience of mine, because I cannot speak about somebody else's experience. I can speak on what I've witnessed, what I've practiced, what I've applied, and how it worked for me. You do you. I'll give you the keys, and then you work it out yourself, just like anyone else, But you got to get to it, I was draining the whole idea of, I dreaded, the whole idea of getting back to the gym. Actually, I'd never been to a gym. I think, I shouldn't lie. I subscribed to a gym probably 15 years ago when I was in Belgium, in Brussels. And I would go to Passage Fitness. I would go like once or twice just to make myself feel like I was going pushing the whole thing. And I just fucking didn't like it because I didn't like the look of other people, how they were looking at me, and how they were like the guys were all about like judging each other, how much you're lifting, this and that. Now and I hated that, so I started working out at home. But then I have a gym next to my house, not so far from my house, and I was like, you know what, fuck all that shit, man. Sorry for my French, but that's how I speak. I went back. And I've been back at the gym for the past, now it's going to be 3 months, and, there's weeks I cannot go to the gym because I'm working too much. I have like 2 weeks in a row. It's almost impossible for me to go to the gym. But then, the following week, I make sure that, I go back to the gym. I work out. This morning, first thing that I did this morning, I was like, hitting it no matter what. I went, stayed there 2 hours, came back, felt fresh, and that's it. Making it a routine. Sometimes you're gonna stray away from that routine, but it's fine. Just come back to it. Don't use that as an excuse. What I haven't been for the past 2 weeks or months. Fuck it. Let me just continue my fucking old ass routines. No. Do something repetitively enough. I think for about a month, and it's gonna become an habit. So have the understanding that if you don't do it for yourself, nobody's going to do it for you. On these words, family, thank you for watching Monday Talks. By the way, this is going to be the last Monday Talk I'm doing, starting at 5 p.m. UK time, Portugal time, and 6 p.m. Paris time. So starting next week, I will do the sequence starting at 7 p.m. 7 p.m. Portugal time or UK time, which will be 8 p.m. France, Belgium, Holland time. So because I realize that a lot of you guys don't always get the chance to catch the live. So instead of being 5 p.m., it's going to be 7 p.m. All right. Thank you very much for following, and you already know that this is going to be posted on YouTube right after the live. And on these words, much love. Emmanuel, merci beaucoup. Maminyota, thank you very much. Singila Mingi, Eurosol, thank you very much. Chef Rivera, thank you very much. Once again, big shout out to all those of you who were connected. Luis Fortes, Stereo Cassette, DJ Soul Sounds, King Lou, Nom Salamski, who else? There's so many names. Well, anyway, thank you guys so much. Breath, everybody, Afro Jason, welcome once again to this live. It was great having you. Steve Mav, thank you so much for locking in. Michael, really good to see you. Long time. And yes, on these words, feel free to hit me up with topics that you might think I should be talking about, and we'll consider them for next week, Monday Talk. Have a fantastic week. Conquer your fucking dreams, man. Don't let nobody tell you otherwise. Know yourself. Yes, sister. It's gonna be massive. Paris, June. Also, don't forget, I'm gonna be the 29th of February at the June in Paris. My return after some months, and it's gonna be myself and Capella behind the Wheels of Steel at the legendary Mecca for house music. Oh my God, the June, you already know. And if you don't know, come and find out. Come through. Saturday the 29th of February, June, Paris. It's gonna be massive. On these words, family, blessings. Fantastic week. Great health to you and yours. And man, I'll see you guys next week. Peace.